Welcome to John Mike Keene, the second most brilliant news commentary on YouTube. We're going to watch Elizabeth Warren.
You call it corn. We called it maize.
In a debate getting demolished.
We knew all about the goodness of maize, corn, before America was America.
To go after them on overdraft fees, where folks like J.P. Morgan Chase were making more than $1 billion a year off people who were struggling making it day to day.
This is a debate between Elizabeth Warren and she's going up against John Deaton. This was televised, guys.
I'm in those fights, but I think crypto ought to have...
Because the corn oil in Missoula comes from maize.
Briefly, I wish Senator Warren would attack inflation the way she attacks crypto. I wish she would attack securing the border the way she's focused on crypto. You know, she's so focused on crypto, she had the CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase available for questioning, and they had financed the largest child trafficking operation in history with Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, I can't talk about any of that on this channel. He just demolished her on TV. This is CBS News, and just destroyed her, exposed her. Now there's got to be a cover-up of Elizabeth Warren.
And you know, Senator Warren didn't ask a single question. She wanted to talk about crypto because she's so hyper-focused. Now, I know that because I was as a child for a period of 2 years, I might be a little more sensitive to those child victims. But I want to ask Senator Warren, why would you not ask one question?
He's talking about her lack of, she doesn't know what to do with him. John Deaton just mopped the floor with her. I don't know how you respond to that, but in debate, there's a cleanup on aisle 7. Look at her face.
J.P. Morgan Chase settled for $290 million to these victims. They had to settle with the U.S. Virgin Islands. And Senator Warren doesn't ask a question. You want to know why? Because a former Democrat president's involved, because her donors are involved, because people that she knows are involved.
Look at that face. She is wrecked in public. There's no response. You can't respond.
Again, loyalty to an agenda, loyalty to a party. I come in and I want transparency on everything.
He certainly gave us a eye view. The theme of this show is going to be cleanups, cleanup on aisle 7, mop ups, cover ups.
I'd like her to answer the question on behalf of all those victims, though.
So, look, I have stayed...
And Missoula tastes fresh and good, naturally.
Yeah, she's not going to answer the question. She did not. But here's another cleanup over on CNN. Talk about a messy debate. Watch this.
Trump, though, is overperforming in polling with both groups compared to past Republicans. Here is what he said when he was campaigning in Pennsylvania.
Any African American or Hispanic, and you know how well I'm doing there, that votes for Kamala, you got to have your head examined because they are really screwing you. They are really screwing you.
It is Kamala, for the record.
I can't pronounce her name right either, with apologies to Kamala, Ding Dong.
But he is denigrating voters for making a choice that he does not like. Shelley, to you, what does he achieve with this?
Well, first of all, how is he denigrating voters?
He's saying that they are being, for lack of a better word, screwed.
Taken advantage of. They're being taken advantage of. They're paying higher pricing. They're working class, the ones that he's talking about, working class, lower middle class. They're paying more for food, they're paying more for gas, and they're being taken advantage of.
She's trying to make a point because Trump said they need to get their head examined. CNN did not say a thing when he said that Jews ought to get their head examined if they vote for Kamala, given her stance on Israel, but only when Black and Latino voters is saying they should get their head examined if they vote for Kamala. Is that some kind of crossed a line?
But
and
Shelley,
over the course of 30 years, they voted.
He also said that they had to have their head examined. That is not something that is a compliment.
Obama just told me the same thing.
Obama was also pressuring Black voters, and no one, at least CNN, didn't say anything. Oh, the Black voters said a lot. They're not taking this stuff from any of these people anymore. They're done with you. They're done with your race games. They are. So this gentleman is actually speaking the truth to CNN. They've got to clean up on aisle 7.
Obama just told me the same thing. I've got Black women telling me I'm not really he inferred them. He implied them. He certainly did. He even threatened us with, "You're lucky Michelle's not here." I mean, come on. Let's not make things up. Let's be honest here, and let's really be clear what's being said.
He just accused CNN of let's not make things up. Look at her response. Look at her face. He just smoked her.
If you're an African-American man, look, let me boil this election down in the African-American community to a very simple, I'll reference the great Malcolm X.
Malcolm X had nothing for the Democrats, man, because he was around in the Southern Democrats when they were using the black man, like they always do.
This race is between House African Americans and field African Americans. And the field African Americans are going for Donald Trump. I'm talking about your men who.
Whoa, they're blown away. He said House Africans, field Africans. By the way, this is simply an analogy. He's saying he's not actually ascribing value to people. According to this, he's saying what kind of people. The people in the field are more muscular and working. The ones in the house are not as muscular. It's really simple.
I'm talking about your men who build, your men who put things together, your men who work with their hands, your men who do things, not the men who push paper, or the men who are connected to power and want to continue to be connected to power.
Are you denigrating African American men who are professionals who work in white collar jobs? Is that what I'm hearing from you? Or
no?
This analogy where they're trying to make it look like he's insulting blacks in some way, that is totally false. This is totally made up by CNN.
The substance of the question was around denigrating. The substance of the question was denigrating black and Latino communities.
Sir, the substance of what I said is very clear.
My name is Michael. My name is Michael.
Oh man, now we're doing Sir and Michael. You got to correct each other on your names.
Sarah, the point I'm making is this: the men who get up every day and make things happen with their hands, they build things. They're plumbers, they're electricians, they're working for Amazon. These men who are coaching 7 and under football, not because their son or daughter plays, but because they want to keep brothers off the streets and they're volunteering their time. These men are going for Trump.
The muscular men are going for Trump. It's that clear. It's not offensive. What he said, the analogy itself is not offensive.
These men, and I used an analogy made famous by the great Malcolm X. So if you're saying that I'm denigrating anybody, then you must assume that he was denigrating somebody.
Why is CNN and the DNC going after poor Malcolm X? Why are they claiming that his analogy is denigrating? That this guy just reused a Malcolm X analogy. It's important to remember that. And they have no excuse.
So don't even throw that word out there again, my brother.
So Michael,
the fact of the matter is that's what you're seeing in the black community. So I'm not denigrating anybody.
We have heard the filibuster now.
And now he degrades his comment as a filibuster. He wasn't using up time. He was making a clear case. We're going to end on some good news after that dispute, for which once again the Trump supporter won. Here's interactive polls. New record today. Donald Trump, 62%, new high. Kamala Harris is down 32% in the poly market. She's losing. She's losing. He's winning. And that's why everyone's flipping out. That's why there's a giant cleanup over at CNN and over at the Elizabeth Warren campaign. I'm John Mike Keene.